Hey class, this is group 10. We are presenting our appraisal project. My name is Hunter Gore and we are presenting the project along with Jack Crocker, Kyle Wyborg, Christopher Wilson, and Quinn McCartney.
All right, so my name is Jack Crocker and I'm going to do the market condition analysis. So our home to appraise was actually in Savannah, Georgia. The growth rate from 2010, April 1st, 2000 to 2018 was actually 6.5. So it's not growing very much, especially compared to Georgia's state growth rate, which is only at 8.6. And then there's a very low immigration rate to Savannah, Georgia at around 6%. When it comes to high school graduation rate, they're at 87%, which is really close to the national average, which is not on here. But the national average is 87.7%, so they're doing really well when it comes to education. The average persons with disability is actually at 10.8%, the national average being 8.6%, so they're a bit higher there. The median household income is $41,000, with Georgia's median at $55,600. Now, this seems like a big gap. But most likely this is because of Atlanta, the big city right there, and a lot of wealth can definitely skew these numbers. And then poverty rate in Savannah, Georgia is at 22.9%, which is really, really high compared to the national average, which is at 11.8%.
Okay, I'm Quinn McCartney, and I'll be discussing the house we chose to appraise and the sales comparison approach. So this house was located on 101 Lawrence Lane, Savannah, Georgia, 31419. It sold for $210,000. It has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. The square footage is 1,925. It was also built in 1999 with a lot size of 0.22 acres, and the price per square footage came out to be about $109. These are the comparables we chose, 1 and 2. These are 3 and 4. And finally, 5 and 6. So the first method we chose to use, was the sales comparison approach. And as you can see, these are the descriptive statistics showing the minimum, average, median, maximum prices, years built, lot size, square footage, bedrooms, and bathrooms. Next, you can see the sales comparison adjustment grid. The only 3 criteria we changed the prices of the comparables to match the subject property were with the square footage, the lot size, and the year built, because the beds and bathrooms were all the same across the board. And finally, we found the average sales price without including the subject was $209,308.55, with the average sales or price per square footage without the subject being $114.21.
Hello, my name is Christopher Wilson. I did the cost approach, and thanks to costtobuild.net, we were able to do analysis on this house to figure out it's worth the building if we replicated it, and we got a cost of $240,634. And then with a useful life of 100 years and the house already being about 21 years old, we got an indicated value for the cost approach of $193,234.
Hello, I'm Kyle Wyborg, and I'll be talking about the income approach. We calculated the income approach using 2 ways. The first being the direct capitalization method. To determine the direct capitalization method, we took the market value by dividing the net operating income, which you can see how we calculated right here, and we divided it by the cap rate for Chatham County, Georgia. That gave us to $247,135. The second approach we took for the income approach was the discounted cash flow method. Using variables such as our calculated discount rate and estimated house price after 10 years, we calculated the present value of the cash flows, which all added up to be $285,305.80. We took these two methods and divided by 2, and our final estimate was $266,220.82 for the income approach.
All right, so Jack Crocker again, just to do the reconciliation value and just kind of the results. So I'm not, for sake of time, I'm not going to read over the amounts that each approach just gave, just because Quinn, Chris, and Kyle just detailed that for us. But I do want to explain briefly the weights of things. So the sales approach was weighted so highly at 70%, with the cost approach and the income approach both weighted so low, essentially because this is a single family home. When it's the really only time that it has, the only opportunity that it has to be valued is when it is bought or sold. There's no costs incurred that you can use to value the property, and it's not an income generating property. So you ought not, weight it very highly with the cost and income approaches. So it would have to be the sales approach, which is exactly what we did. And then once you do the math over, we ended up getting a reconciliation value, the total being $218,784.87, which is a bit more actually than what they had it originally listed at $210,000.
So Hunter Gore again, I'm going to be covering the COVID-19 response. So for just a really, really brief overview of everything that's gone on with COVID-19, we are seeing that things are very similar to the 2007-2008 crash, but also very, very different. One of the ways that it is similar is that we are seeing a little bit of a slowdown in the market. Now, a lot of times when people think of slowdown in the market, they think that home prices drop. And that's really not the case that we're seeing right now. Over the past 4 or 5 years, home prices have been increasing on average for about 4 to 6%, whereas before, during the 2007-2008 recession, they were increasing on average from 8 to 12% year over year leading up to that crash. So things are a little bit different as far as the overall appreciation of the properties. What we are seeing is we're seeing a slowdown in the number of transactions throughout this real estate process. And so even though there are not as many people buying and selling real estate, homes are still being bought and sold, and the home prices are still holding steady for the most part because it is not causing a big panic in the market right now. So that is what we're seeing from the overall perspective as far as the home price. And the amount of price of this property that we have appraised will not depreciate or decrease too much because of what's going on with COVID-19. Real estate from a industry perspective is still being done a little bit differently though. There are obviously a lot more things in place like social distancing, virtual showings, virtual open houses, things like that. So the home might be sitting on the market a little bit longer, so to speak, but we are fairly confident that the overall home price will stay the same.
Okay, this is Kyle Weber again, and I just want to say thank you for your interest in our project. We hope everyone's staying safe and are having a good day. See you guys later.
Thank you.